Hello, what's the secret for today? In today's video, we will explore 30 of Dubai's most mind-bending experiences and discover what makes this city truly unforgettable. Let's start. Dubai set a world record with an innovative show during its city festival, now listed in the Guinness World Records as the largest multimedia attraction. The water-based performance featured lights, music, fireworks, and colored fog. Key effects were projected onto water screens created by fountains. The setup included 20 rotating fountains, 2 parabolic ones, 5 flame blocks, 1 fireball block, and 6 water screens. But leave the city lights behind and head into the Golden Dunes. In Dubai, you won't find a half-hearted experience. The desert safari will surprise you. Go on a camel trek, take luxury excursions on SUVs, and even try sand surfing. In the evenings by the open fires, the organizers offer exciting, colorful shows with bright sunsets and mesmerizing belly dancing. You will get a truly magical experience. So safari is the best way to feel the magnificence of the Arabian desert. If you had the chance to ride a camel through Golden Dunes, would you say yes or stick with a luxury SUV? Or comment and chat with me. Atlantis The Palm, one of Dubai's most iconic hotels, is a standout landmark on Palm Island between the Persian Gulf and Dubai Bay. This luxurious retreat offers a peaceful escape from the city. Guests can stay in stunning underwater suites with panoramic views of marine life, enjoy fine dining at renowned restaurants, or explore a thrilling water park. The underwater rooms feature windows that look into a vast aquarium housing over 65,000 sea creatures. While relaxing in your in-room jacuzzi, you might spot sharks and colorful fish swimming just beyond the glass, an unforgettable and captivating sight. Ever wondered what it's like to live on a man-made island shaped like a palm tree? Experience the iconic Palm Jumeirah, Dubai's largest man-made island, designed in the distinctive shape of a palm frond, an emblem commonly associated with the Middle East and the Arvis Coast. This remarkable engineering project features a crescent-shaped breakwater and 16 fronds lined with villas, residences, apartments, and luxury hotels. The island offers access to premium amenities, scenic views, fine dining, stylish cafes, and a variety of entertainment options to suit a wide range of lifestyles. But how do you explore an island shaped like a palm tree without getting lost in its luxury maze? Palm Jumeirah is one of Dubai's most visited areas, popular among both tourists and residents. It features a wide selection of restaurants, hotels, and beaches. A convenient way to explore the island is via the Palm Monorail, an unmanned train that travels along a 5.5-kilometer route. Operated by Nakheel, a prominent real estate developer in the UAE, the train runs on 2 tracks and connects major attractions. For instance, visitors can easily reach the Atlantis Resort, which includes a water park and an underwater hotel. The journey begins at the gateway to Palm Island, with stops extending to the island's far end. Speaking of iconic structures, nothing symbolizes Dubai's ambition more than the towering masterpiece in the next section. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. The Burj Khalifa stands at 828 meters, twice the height of the Empire State Building and 3 times that of the Eiffel Tower. Its parts laid end to end would stretch a quarter of the Earth's diameter. It holds 6 world records, including the highest observation deck and the longest traveling elevator. Construction took 6 years and used as much concrete as the weight of 100,000 elephants and as much aluminum as 5 Airbus A380s. Designed with sustainability in mind, it collects 15 million gallons of water annually for reuse in landscaping and cooling. The spire is visible from up to 100 kilometers away. Since its opening in January 2010, it has remained a top tourist attraction and a symbol of modern architectural achievement. If the Burj Khalifa reaches for the skies, the next marvel redefines luxury on its island. The Burj Al Arab is a symbol of extreme luxury, often called a seven-star hotel. Built on an artificial island 280 meters from Dubai's coast, it took 5 years to complete, 2 for the island and 3 for the hotel. Every detail is carefully crafted, from Icelandic duck-down blankets to daily floral designs by in-house florists using blooms from around the world. The hotel reflects Dubai's bold spirit, seen in its lavish lobbies, suites, and restaurants. It also houses the world's largest indoor aquarium, holding 10 million liters of water and home to 33,000 sea creatures, including sharks and rays. This is more than a hotel, it's an Eastern fairy tale. Now, imagine walking through a garden where flowers bloom in the desert. Sound impossible? Not in Dubai. The Dubai Miracle Garden is a floral paradise located in a country that receives only about 3 inches of rain annually. It opened on Valentine's Day in 2013 and now welcomes over 1.5 million visitors each year. This remarkable garden showcases more than 60 million live flowers and unveils a new design every year to keep the experience fresh. One of its most popular attractions is a life-size floral replica of an Emirates Airbus A3800, officially recognized as the world's largest floral installation by Guinness World Records. But flowers aren't the only delicate beauties thriving here. Wait until you see what's fluttering nearby. This is the world's largest butterfly garden, a peaceful haven sheltered under 10 specially designed domes. Spanning 65,000 square meters, it is home to around 15,000 colorful butterflies from various species, fluttering freely throughout the space. Opened in 2015, the garden lets visitors observe butterflies at every stage of their life cycle. The climate is carefully controlled to maintain a constant temperature of about 24 degrees Celsius. The park also includes a butterfly museum, ponds with fish, and engaging exhibits focused on butterfly development and conservation. Ever met someone who lives side by side with lions and tigers? One man did just that. About an hour's drive from Dubai is the well-known private zoo, Bu Kheir, named after its founder. Hamid Bu Kheir, a Dubai resident, established the zoo to share his interest in exotic animals. The facility houses a wide range of species, including lions, tigers, and turtles, many of which live in pairs. Occasionally, the owner hosts small exhibitions showcasing his familiarity with the animals. While he demonstrates calm interactions with them, it's important to remember that these are still wild animals requiring expert care and management. The zoo highlights the unique bond between humans and wildlife while emphasizing respect for their instincts. But Dubai's extravagance doesn't stop with zoos. Some take it to a whole new level of luxury. Dubai is known for its visible wealth, which stands in contrast to some cultures where luxury is more understated. In this vibrant city, displays of success, such as luxury cars, jewelry, and unique hobbies, are often part of the public lifestyle. Some affluent individuals take inspiration from historical traditions, showing an interest in rare animals, although these practices raise important conversations around ethics and conservation. Figures like Hamid Bu Kheir, for example, have gained attention for featuring exotic animals alongside high-end vehicles and yachts. While such displays attract public interest, it's essential to view them in the context of animal welfare and responsible ownership. Dubai continues to be a place where wealth intersects with innovation, style, and cultural expression. What if I told you there's a snow-covered ski resort in the middle of the desert? Dubai is home to all kinds of sports, even ones you wouldn't expect, like skiing. Inside the Mall of the Emirates is Ski Dubai, the world's largest indoor ski park, covering 22,500 square meters. Opened in 2005, it maintains cool temperatures between -1 and -2 degrees Celsius all year round. The park features an 85-meter indoor mountain with 5 slopes, including the world's first indoor black diamond run. A 400-meter slope with a changing landscape keeps the experience fresh. Adding to the charm, real penguins wander the park and interact with visitors, creating a true winter escape in the middle of the desert. At the top of one of Dubai's most iconic hotels, the Burj Al Arab, there is a unique tennis court situated 321 meters above sea level. Built on an artificial island and surrounded by the sea, the hotel offers stunning views of the Persian Gulf. The court also functions as an observation deck, offering a one-of-a-kind experience. In 2005, tennis legends Andre Agassi and Roger Federer played a special match on this elevated court as part of a promotional event for the Dubai Tennis Championships. While it is large enough for a real game, its height adds a dramatic flair. Though not used for regular matches, it remains one of the most memorable sports promotions in history. Ready to hit the gas? Dubai's speed scene isn't just about flashy cars. It's built for the pros. Dubai Autodrome is a premier motorsports venue stretching nearly 5.5 kilometers, making it a dream destination for racing fans. Opened in October 2004, the track was designed to meet the highest international standards and has since become a hub for global motorsport events. It has hosted major competitions, including the final rounds of the FIA International Automobile Championship, the Formula Renault Euro Cup, and various endurance races for touring cars. The Autodrome holds a top-tier license and is fully capable of hosting Formula One events, although those races are currently held in Abu Dhabi. Luxury in Dubai extends to everyone, with efforts to make life as comfortable as possible, even in public transport. In 2011, Dutch engineers from Delta University developed the Superbus, a 5-meter hybrid vehicle designed for Dubai's wealthy residents. The Superbus combines the speed of a sports car with the comfort of a limousine and can carry up to 23 passengers. It reaches speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour and aims to reduce traffic, pollution, and parking issues. Stylish and eco-friendly, it offers a high-end solution for large families to travel together in comfort. And while waiting for the ride, you won't be sweating under the sun here. In Dubai, even the bus stops reflect the city's commitment to comfort. Given the local climate, waiting for transport under the hot sun can be challenging. Since 2007, the city has installed air conditioning in 636 bus stops, offering passengers a cool and sheltered space. With high summer temperatures and a large number of residents relying on public transport, these climate-controlled stops make daily travel more manageable and comfortable. Need to kill time while waiting for the bus? How about shopping for solid gold? If you're in the mood for shopping while you wait, Dubai's gold shops are easy to find. There are many throughout the city. These stores offer a wide range of gold jewelry, diamonds, and precious stones. All gold sold in Dubai is regulated by the government to ensure authenticity and high quality. Often called the City of Gold, Dubai is known for making luxury accessible to residents and visitors alike. In 2014, the Crown Prince of Dubai made headlines by purchasing 6 high-speed amphibious vehicles designed by California-based company Tekka. Invented by Dave March, this vehicle holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest amphibious car. The Prince chose the latest 2014 Titan model, featuring a 450-horsepower Corvette engine and capable of reaching 60 miles per hour on water, not comparable to a speedboat in performance. Each vehicle reportedly costs around $135,000. The purchase drew attention both for its innovation and the Prince's interest in cutting-edge technology. Still not impressed? the next leap in transport might just take you off the ground. Since 2022, test flights of flying taxi capsules have been underway. These vehicles aim to transform urban transport and reflect Dubai's bold use of advanced technology. While full rollout may take time, challenges like traffic control and safety must be solved first. Still, the future of mobility is taking off in Dubai. Formula Rossa, located at Ferrari World Amusement Park, holds the title of the world's fastest roller coaster, reaching speeds of up to 240 kilometers per hour. It accelerates to this speed in under 5 seconds and spans a track length of over 2.5 kilometers. Inspired by the Monza racetrack in Italy, its steel structure ranks among the top 6 largest of its kind globally. Due to the extreme speed and exposure to elements like flying debris, all riders are required to wear protective goggles. As the first Ferrari-themed roller coaster, Formula Rossa offers a high-speed experience designed to thrill motorsport fans and roller coaster enthusiasts alike. And when you're speeding through Dubai, who do you think might pull you over? Dubai is often considered one of the safest cities in the world, supported by its high-tech and visually striking police force. The fleet includes luxury brands like Bentley, McLaren, Ferrari, Porsche, and even the Bugatti Veyron, one of the fastest police cars in operation globally. Recent additions include a Genesis crossover and a Toyota Supra, which can reach 100 kilometers per hour in just 4 seconds. These vehicles are part of a broader effort to combine security with innovation and public engagement. With such capabilities, Dubai's police are well equipped to respond quickly and effectively to incidents across the city. If this video transported you, even just for a moment, to the heart of Dubai's wonder, tap that like button to keep the journey going. Crown Prince Hamdan bin Mohammed of Dubai, son of Sheikh Mohammed and a member of the Al Maktoum ruling family, is known for his wide range of interests, from diving and skydiving to poetry, philanthropy, and falconry. He is also a well-known public figure on social media, with around 7 million followers on Instagram. The prince has a noted appreciation for unique automobiles and has been seen sharing images of his distinctive car collection, including vehicles with gold finishes. His interests reflect a blend of tradition, modern lifestyle, and innovation, qualities often associated with Dubai's global image. And if you think luxury is just for the elite, here it comes straight out of a machine. Shopping for gold in Dubai is a common experience, often compared to visiting its famous mega malls. For added convenience, the city has installed vending machines that allow users to purchase small gold bars with the touch of a button. These machines are located throughout Dubai and are accessible to both residents and visitors. The process is simple: select your desired weight, pay, and receive your gold. If any issues arise, an operator is available to assist, ensuring a smooth and secure transaction. Some things in Dubai are so over the top, they make you question reality, like this next item. Dubai, known as the City of Gold, guarantees the authenticity of all gold bars with government certification. One of its most extravagant displays of wealth is a gold toilet decorated with 4,815 diamonds, weighing a total of about 334 carats. Valued at around $1,280,000, it holds a world record and is displayed in the Dubai Museum and Art Gallery. In Dubai, even the most unexpected items can reflect extreme luxury. But Dubai's taste for luxury isn't just visual, it's on your plate too. An Indian restaurant in Dubai has created what is considered the most expensive biryani in the world. This aromatic dish, similar to pilaf, is prepared with traditional Indian spices and herbs. It is served on a gold platter and garnished with edible 20-carat gold leaves. The meal features Kashmiri lamb, chicken kebabs, and lamb chops, all presented with luxurious detailing. The gold-covered delicacy is designed to blend traditional flavors with a touch of extravagance. A single serving costs around $250. While it may not be for everyone, it offers a unique culinary experience that reflects Dubai's flair for combining fine dining with luxury. Now let's talk about a bold idea that tried to map the entire globe with islands. Luxury doesn't come without challenges, and Dubai's boldest projects have faced setbacks. One example is the World, an artificial archipelago shaped like a world map, meant to surpass even the Burj Khalifa in grandeur. Built for $113 billion, the project struggled with flooding and poor investor returns. Among the buyers was Irish developer John O'Dolan, who paid €25 million for the island, representing Ireland. Named its local president, he planned to develop it, but the global financial crisis hit hard. He faced major losses, legal troubles, and ultimately bankruptcy. As the sand shifted and progress stalled, the once grand vision turned into a cautionary tale of ambition meeting reality. But beyond glamour, there's also a heartbeat of compassion in Dubai's vision. Amid Dubai's luxury, there's also room for compassion. The city's Turtle Rehabilitation Center, located in a well-known hotel and run by the Dubai Wildlife Authority for over 15 years, focuses on protecting marine life. It has treated nearly 2,000 turtles, mainly hawksbill and green turtles from the Persian Gulf, often injured by fishing nets, debris, or boats. This effort shows that Dubai's vision includes caring for the future, not just the present. The Turtle Clinic is a powerful reminder that even in a city of wealth, nature still matters. A video recently appeared online claiming to show troubling scenes in a Dubai hotel. The footage, reportedly shared by an anonymous source, shows women in black robes with their hands restrained, which led to public concern and speculation. While some believe the video may have been staged or misrepresented, others have raised questions about its context. At this time, the video's authenticity has not been independently verified. Dubai authorities have denied the allegations, stating the video is false and intended to harm the city's reputation. Viewers are advised to approach such content critically and avoid concluding without credible evidence. So what's next for a city that's always looking ahead? How about building a city within a city? Dubai's extreme desert climate has inspired plans for the world's first climate-controlled indoor city. Designed for comfort and energy efficiency, the project will feature air-conditioned spaces year-round, building on innovations like indoor ski slopes and cooled bus stops. Called the World Trade Center, the city-sized complex will include residential areas, shopping districts, cultural venues, and even medical tourism facilities. Inspired by places like Broadway and Oxford Street, it will house theaters, attractions, the world's largest amusement park, and up to 20,000 hotel rooms. It's expected to welcome 180 million visitors annually. And we're better to glimpse the future than a place entirely dedicated to it. The Museum of the Future in Dubai lives up to its name by focusing on innovation and forward-thinking design. Opened in 2022, it explores potential advancements in fields such as space exploration, bioengineering, health, sustainability, and social development. The museum offers immersive exhibits, blending advanced technologies with creative, theatrical presentation styles. It reflects Dubai's vision for the future and serves as a global platform for ideas shaping tomorrow's world. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Antarctica may be the final resting place of an ancient civilization. From shipwrecks frozen in time to microbes thriving without light or oxygen. How did a 500-year-old map show its ice-free coast before discovery? And why did NASA spot strange geometric shapes beneath the ice? According to the crust displacement theory, Antarctica was not always a frozen wasteland. At one time, it may have been a temperate, habitable region, perfectly matching ancient accounts of a divine human society that vanished without a trace. Adding the Piri-Reis map, drawn in the year 1513, accurately depicts a coastline that strongly resembles today's Antarctica. Despite being created more than 3 centuries before the continent's official discovery in the year 1820. Fast forward to today, satellite images from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration have revealed unusual geometric patterns and large, symmetrical formations beneath the Antarctic ice. These shapes continue to raise questions among researchers and independent investigators. In the year 1915, the British ship Endurance, commanded by legendary polar explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton, was crushed by sea ice during the Imperial Transantarctic Expedition and lost beneath the frozen Weddell Sea. For over 100 years, its location remained a mystery. But in 2022, researchers made a groundbreaking discovery. At a depth of more than 3 kilometers beneath the icy waters, the ship was found remarkably intact. After more than a century underwater, the wooden 3-masted vessel had barely deteriorated, preserved by the freezing Antarctic conditions. The find is now considered one of the most significant maritime discoveries of the modern era. One of the most persistent and controversial stories tied to Antarctica revolves around a rumored Nazi facility known as Base 211. According to this theory, the tale begins with a real event, the 1938-1939 German expedition to Antarctica. During that voyage, the Nazis laid claim to a section of Queen Maud Land and named it New Swabia, or in German, New Schwabenland. Some theorists allege that beneath the Antarctic ice sheet, German explorers discovered enormous subglacial cave systems, vast enough to conceal entire underground cities. Others take it further, claiming these secret caverns became the final refuge of Adolf Hitler after the end of the Second World War. Despite decades of rumors, professional historians and polar scientists have found no reliable evidence to back these claims. As far as mainstream research is concerned, the Nazi connection to Antarctica belongs firmly in the realm of myth and pseudoscience. What does exist, however, is Jumeirah Station 3, a modern German research base operated by the Alfred Wegener Institute. Since the year 2009, this facility has been conducting legitimate scientific work, including atmospheric research, geophysical monitoring, and climate studies. Speaking of mystery, what do you make of pyramid-shaped peaks that defy natural explanations? Satellite imagery has long revealed Antarctica's frozen secrets, but few features have sparked more global debate than the pyramid-shaped mountains near the Ellsworth Range. Marked by sharp geometric angles and almost perfect symmetry, these formations have triggered intense speculation. While mainstream geologists point to natural erosion, others see something far more mysterious. According to the scientific consensus, these peaks were shaped over millions of years through a process known as freeze-thaw erosion. During the day, melting water seeps into cracks in the rock. By night, the freezing temperatures cause that water to expand, slowly splitting the stone. Combined with relentless winds and glacial pressure, this process can sculpt even the hardest rock into sharp, angular forms. So far, researchers have identified 4 major pyramid-like peaks in the region. All exhibit similar erosion patterns and are likely composed of the same rock type. Yet their isolation and near-uniform shape have led some to ask deeper questions. And if the surface is strange, what lies beneath might be even more jaw-dropping. Just wait until you hear about a hidden trench deeper than the Grand Canyon. Before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel, and if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Antarctica holds a remarkable secret beneath its eastern expanse in the Denman Glacier, a chasm that descends 2 miles below sea level, making it the deepest point on any continent. Researchers have discovered an unusual cavity within the glacier, yet its full mysteries remain elusive. Could it provide insights into Earth's climatic past, harbor unknown life forms, or reveal hidden geological features? While the answers remain uncertain, the glacier's melting rates are a critical indicator of rising sea levels, highlighting its importance in understanding the future of our planet. But it gets wilder. Beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice lies a lake that's been sealed off for millions of years. What scientists found there could reshape how we think about life on Earth. Hidden beneath nearly 4 kilometers of Antarctic ice lies Lake Vostok, Antarctica's largest and deepest subglacial lake, sealed off from the surface for millions of years. Its existence was first proposed in the 1960s by Soviet geographer Andrei Kapitsa, but it wasn't confirmed until radar imaging in 1996 revealed a massive liquid lake, around 250 kilometers long and 50 kilometers wide. Located in a tectonic basin, Lake Vostok contains layers of sedimentary rock. Some scientists believe these layers could date back over 15 million years, possibly from a time before Antarctica was frozen. In the year 2012, Russian researchers drilled down to just above the lake, recovering ancient water samples. DNA analysis revealed signs of microbial life, organisms able to survive without sunlight, oxygen, or surface contact, under extreme pressure. This discovery raises profound questions about Earth's deep biosphere and whether life like this could exist in similar conditions elsewhere in the universe. Do you think life found in Lake Vostok could be proof that similar organisms exist on other planets or moons? Let us know in the comments below. Deep within Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake untouched by sunlight for millennia, Russian scientists reportedly discovered a unique and intriguing organism. Nicknamed Organism 46b, it is described as a squid-like entity with 14 tentacles and remarkable adaptations to its extreme environment. This discovery underscores life's extraordinary ability to adapt to the harshest conditions on Earth. While much about Antarctica's hidden depths remains a mystery, ongoing exploration continues to shed light on the incredible diversity of life that may exist beneath the ice. Still think life can't survive here? Wait until you learn about fungi that live without light, warmth, or even water. Beneath the frozen soils of Antarctica, life persists in one of the planet's harshest environments. But it's not the kind of life most would expect. These are cold-adapted fungi, organisms not only built to survive but evolved to thrive in conditions lethal to most life forms. Unlike typical fungi, these Antarctic species are metabolically optimized to function at extreme cold, with some operating efficiently at temperatures as low as -20 degrees Celsius. In fact, certain species have been observed growing more rapidly in the cold than in warmer settings. Even more remarkable, they require almost no water. These fungi grow in the dry, mineral-rich soils of Antarctica, surviving without the moisture most life depends on. Their ability to withstand both deep freezing and extreme dryness makes them biological outliers and highly resilient. Scientists from the British Antarctic Survey and Chilean research teams discovered that some of these fungi can degrade petroleum compounds. That's right, these microbes can consume spilled fuel from nearby research stations, breaking it down as a food source. But beneath these biological wonders lies a growing danger. Antarctica isn't just a frozen mystery, it's a melting warning sign. In just the past 10 years, scientists have recorded a sharp and unprecedented decline in Antarctic sea ice. While ice levels fluctuated from the year 1979 to 2015, Data from NASA and the National Snow and Ice Data Center shows a steep drop beginning in 2016, reaching record-breaking lows. One major factor is warmer ocean currents now flowing beneath floating ice shelves, melting them from below. At the same time, changes in wind patterns, driven by the ozone hole over Antarctica, are redistributing heat across the Southern Ocean. Another key threat is the loss of land ice. As glaciers and the Antarctic ice sheet melt, fresh water pours into the sea, altering salinity and weakening the ice shelves that act as natural barriers. Once these shelves fail, glaciers flow faster, fueling sea level rise. The West Antarctic ice sheet alone holds enough ice to raise global sea levels by over 3 meters if fully melted. And according to recent studies, if certain tipping points are crossed, that process could become unstoppable. As the ice melts, it's not just water being revealed. Could strange skulls found in Antarctica point to ancient human or non-human activity? Next. In 2014, researchers reported the discovery of 3 ancient skulls in Antarctica, sparking interest and discussion about their origins. These skulls display features that appear distinct from typical human remains, raising questions about their historical context. Some scientists have hypothesized that these differences could be the result of ancient cultural practices such as head elongation. However, experts emphasize that further study is necessary to confirm any conclusions and to understand their significance. The discovery invites questions about how these skulls might have arrived in such a remote and extreme environment. As research continues, they provide an opportunity to explore Antarctica's history and its potential connections to human activities in the past. Not everything mysterious is ancient or buried. Some stories, like that of one very special polar bear, remind us that the battle to survive continues even today. Far from the icy expanse of Antarctica, but close to the hearts of Arctic enthusiasts, is Peanut, a rescued polar bear who has become a symbol of hope and conservation. Abandoned as a cub, Peanut was saved by filmmaker Karen Janist, whose remarkable effort to support the bear is featured in a documentary. Peanut's curious behavior, such as her interactions with drones in the snow, highlights the complexities of wildlife and human intervention. Stories like hers serve as reminders that even in challenging conditions, careful and ethical conservation efforts can make a meaningful difference. Do you think wild animals like Peanut can truly adapt to human care without losing their natural instincts? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. Despite Antarctica's extreme environment, Ross Island, located in the Ross Sea, is home to 4 volcanoes. Among them, only one remains active, Mount Erebus, the southernmost active volcano on Earth. It was first recorded in the year 1841 by British explorer James Clark Ross during a landmark expedition through the southern polar region. Mount Erebus stands out globally. It is one of the very few volcanoes on the planet with a long-lasting lava lake which has remained active for decades. Although no major eruptions were recorded in the year 2020, minor explosions and steady gas emissions continue to be monitored closely by researchers. Surrounded by thick glaciers and vast ice shelves, Mount Erebus sits in a region vital for studying Earth's magnetic behavior. Even as the South Magnetic Pole slowly drifts, Ross Island remains a critical location for geomagnetic observation. What's more, increasing geothermal signals detected across the continent suggest that volcanic activity may rise. According to researchers, a future eruption at Mount Erebus is not only possible, it's expected. Still think we've uncovered everything? Think again. The next secret fell straight from space and landed right here, in the snow. Antarctica's cold, dry climate makes it an ideal location for finding meteorites. In 2023, scientists discovered an 18-pound meteorite, one of the largest ever recovered from the continent. This remarkable find is like a time capsule, potentially preserving information about the early solar system. Antarctica's unique environment helps bring meteorites to the surface, making it a hotspot for such discoveries. With over 45,000 meteorites already documented, each new find contributes to our understanding of the universe. What insights might this latest discovery reveal about our solar system's origins? But Antarctica doesn't just inspire scientists, it fuels imagination. Some explorers believe the ice hides not just history but entire worlds. The vast icy landscape of Antarctica has inspired countless stories, including those of William Morris, a renowned geomorphologist. In his imaginative work, The Navigator Who Crossed the Ice Walls, Worlds Beyond the Antarctic, Morris explores fictional tales of daring exploration beyond the Antarctic Circle. These creative narratives describe a hypothetical civilization hidden beyond the ice, sparking curiosity and wonder. While purely speculative, such stories highlight the enduring fascination with Antarctica's mysteries, an uncharted world as vast and unyielding as the ice itself. And finally, we head to an island named after a powerful family, one whose ties to Antarctica remain shrouded in curiosity and rumor. Rothschild Island, located off the coast of Antarctica, was named by French explorer Jean-Baptiste Charcot during his expedition from 1908 to 1910 in honor of Baron Edward de Rothschild, head of the French branch of the Rothschild banking family. Despite its name, the Rothschild family does not own this island. Under the Antarctic Treaty System, Antarctica is not owned by any individual or nation. Interestingly, Rothschild Island is situated near emperor penguin habitats. During the 2015 to 2016 research season, scientists visited a colony between Rothschild and Alexander Islands, where they recorded approximately 700 breeding pairs. In a separate case, investigations by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists in the year 2013 revealed that Baron Elida Rothschild had established a complex networking of offshore trusts in the Cook Islands. These structures were created between 1996 and 2003, aimed at asset protection and estate planning. While the naming of Rothschild Island and the family's offshore financial strategies are unrelated, their connection in discussions about Antarctica adds an undeniably intriguing twist to the continent's enduring mystery. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. What if the ruins of Chernobyl held more than just memories? Beneath decades of dust and silence, 18 newly unearthed photos reveal eerie glimpses of something not quite human. Some have never been seen before. One might even confirm whispers that have haunted survivors for years. What do these pictures show? Let's explore. Both Chernobyl and Pripyat were abandoned after the accident at the fourth unit of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Today, these cities still carry traces of the event, most notably the gas masks left behind. These masks, often seen in schools, hospitals, and homes, have become symbols of the incident. They rest on desks, floors, and window sills, even near toys in children's rooms. Although not effective without full protective gear, their presence is a powerful visual reminder. One of the most striking locations is school number 3 in Pripyat, where a classroom floor is filled with these masks. They reflect the abrupt and heartbreaking evacuation of thousands who had to leave everything behind. But the eerie silence of gas masks isn't the only thing the forest absorbed. The red forest illustrates how rapid human advancement can impact the environment. Before the Chernobyl accident, it was a typical pine forest with a healthy ecosystem. Due to its location near the reactor, it absorbed much of the radioactive release. Within 30 minutes, radiation severely damaged trees over roughly 200 square kilometers, turning them reddish-brown, giving rise to the name red forest. Scientists later divided the area into 4 zones based on radiation levels. The most affected zone, about 45 square kilometers, remains highly radioactive. The least affected area has been largely cleared. Initially, scientists hoped the forest would recover on its own. However, because pine needles stay on trees for 2 to 3 years, the natural process was too slow. The forest was removed to speed up recovery, although radiation remains in the soil. Since the 2000s, restoration efforts have continued, but some parts of the forest still show elevated radiation levels. If you lived nearby, would you have trusted the officials or fled the moment you heard the word radiation? Comment and chat with me. While nature was being scorched outside, something far more heartbreaking was left behind untouched. Pripyat City Park, built in 1986, was intended as a place for rest and recreation. Its main attraction, a large Ferris wheel, was scheduled to open on May 1st. But 5 days earlier, the Chernobyl accident occurred, halting those plans. The park never welcomed visitors and remains abandoned, now occasionally seen by tourists. The area is among the most affected in Pripyat, having been used as a landing site during the early response efforts. Radiation levels are believed to be higher under the Ferris wheel and near other rides. Today, the silent park serves as a symbol of the Chernobyl event and continues to inspire various works of art, including films, television shows, and video games. As the Ferris wheel stood still, a new structure began to rise, massive, metallic, and meant to shield a deadly past. One of the most well-known structures at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant is the new safe confinement, also called the Dome. Built in 2007, 31 years after the disaster, it is a massive, movable structure weighing over 36,000 tons and standing about 108 meters tall. Designed to last 100 years, it can withstand extreme weather and natural disasters. The dome's main job is to prevent the spread of radiation. It also shields the site from rain and melting snow. Inside, there is a special control room to monitor conditions. Before the dome, a shelter built in just 200 days provided protection. Though meant to last 20 years, it still stands today. Now, the dome not only protects the site, but also draws many tourists interested in the history of the disaster. But as engineering tried to contain the disaster, human hesitation caused something even greater. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? The Chernobyl accident occurred during the night of April 25 to 26, 1986. Nearby residents were unaware of the unfolding emergency. Authorities delayed their response, and radiation reports surfaced several hours later. Pripyat, located 3 kilometers from the plant, began evacuation 36 hours after the explosion on the evening of April 27th. People had only 2 to 3 hours to prepare. They were not fully informed and believed they would return soon. To prevent panic, officials minimized the perceived risk and shared limited details. As a result, some residents returned home without knowing radiation levels remained high. In total, more than 115,000 people were evacuated. Many lost their homes and experienced long-term health effects. Some children born after the event were affected by medical conditions. The lack of clear and timely communication increased the impact of the disaster. And when the truth finally surfaced, it echoed not just in headlines but in haunting shadows on cold concrete. Residents in the exclusion zone learned the truth only after high radiation levels were detected in Sweden. This prompted authorities to issue a public statement about the accident. Today, Chernobyl and Pripyat draw interest from both visitors and artists. In Pripyat, dark-colored murals can be seen on abandoned buildings. These were created by international artists aiming to bring emotional depth and attention to the site through art. One notable project is Shadows of Chernobyl. The artist followed a shared concept, painting figures that resemble the silhouettes of former residents, such as a girl reaching for an elevator button or a woman on a rooftop gazing toward the reactor. The project has sparked debate. Some view it as a powerful tribute, while others see it as an inappropriate use of abandoned structures. Among the shadows, however, were those who never truly left. After the Chernobyl accident, residents near the plant were evacuated. By law, they could exchange their homes for new ones in safer areas. Most accepted, and more than 116,000 people were resettled. But about 100, mostly women, chose to remain in the affected zone. Despite health warnings, they stayed deeply attached to their homes. Many were elderly and expressed a strong connection to the place, often saying, "We were born here, and we will die here." Today, a group called Chernobyl Revival supports those still living in the exclusion zone with everyday needs. But the most chilling stories often come from visitors who encounter more than they bargained for. In 2022, two unnamed friends visited the abandoned city, drawn by its eerie, frozen-in-time atmosphere. They researched routes and safety guidelines, but their experience took an unexpected turn. On their first night, while walking near the old Ferris wheel, they heard what sounded like distant children's laughter. Then a faint voice called for help. Curious and uneasy, they followed the sound to an empty school. Inside, they claimed to see a blurry figure of a girl dancing. Spooked, they believed they had witnessed something supernatural. Deeply shaken, they left immediately and never returned. Strange as that night was, the danger of this place is marked not just by fear but by fences, guards, and warnings. Some people believe unexplained events occur in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, though such claims remain unproven. At the entrance to the 30-kilometer zone, a warning sign reminds visitors of the serious safety risks. The area is secured with barbed wire fences and guarded checkpoints. Radiation is regularly monitored by specialists, with levels tracked across various points. While radiation has slowly decreased over time, the zone is still considered hazardous. These warning signs are more than just symbols. They are part of a broader safety system to prevent unauthorized access. Nearly 40 years after the Chernobyl disaster of 1986, they continue to help protect people and preserve awareness of the event. Yet life here doesn't always follow human rules. Just ask the wolves who seem to thrive where others wither. The Chernobyl accident caused long-term environmental damage. Nearly 40 years later, some animals in the exclusion zone still show possible signs of genetic mutation. Scientists are studying how radiation affects living organisms, with wolves drawing particular attention. Many have curled tails, a rare trait, as wolves typically have straight, downward-pointing tails. Biologists found these wolves are exposed to over 11 millibars of radiation daily, around 6 times the recommended safe level for humans. Long-term exposure appears to have led to biological changes, including potential resistance to certain illnesses. These effects resemble responses observed during radiation therapy in humans. This discovery may help researchers explore new ways to study cancer resistance. And it's not just wolves, nature itself is rewriting the rules in an unexpected rebirth. The Chernobyl exclusion zone spans about 2,800 square kilometers. After the accident, it became the third largest nature reserve in Europe. Scientists began studying its ecosystems and uncovered unexpected results. Although many assume the area is barren, plants and animals have adapted over time. While some species show signs of mutation, the zone has evolved into a diverse ecosystem. Most radioactive materials decayed quickly, within 1 month. Only a small fraction remained, and after 1 year, less than 1% remained. From 1987 to 1996, populations of wild boar, elk, and roe deer increased. By the mid-90s, wolves grew in number, and rare species like lynxes, bears, storks, and bison began to return. Today, the zone supports hundreds of species, including more than 60 that are considered rare. Surprisingly, the forest is now more diverse and appears more resilient to climate change and wildfires. Many visitors come to Pripyat and Chernobyl to explore the abandoned towns and experience the atmosphere of a historic, isolated region. If this journey through Chernobyl left you with chills or questions, hit that like button. It helps us bring more forgotten places and hidden stories to light. But amid this natural revival lies a building that still whispers secrets of those first critical hours. One of Pripyat's most notable abandoned sites is Medical Unit Number 126. Built shortly before the disaster, it now stands as a quiet symbol of the past. An overgrown park sits in front of the hospital, once a tidy and peaceful place. Inside, long empty corridors and rooms still hold hospital beds, nightstands, and personal items, creating a sense that time has stood still. The building has a somber atmosphere, as if holding memories of what happened there. The basement is known for its historical significance. Firefighters involved in the initial response to the Chernobyl accident were treated there, and some of their belongings may still be present. Access to the basement is restricted due to elevated radiation levels, which remain a concern even decades later. And from the walls of medicine, we move to the realm of myth, where a dark omen may have appeared before disaster struck. The Chernobyl exclusion zone is often associated with mysterious stories. Its eerie setting adds to the sense of the unknown. Interestingly, tales of strange sightings in the area existed even before the nuclear accident. Some former plant workers claimed to see a black, winged figure with a human shape and glowing red eyes shortly before the disaster. Locals refer to this entity as the Black Drost, a figure in regional legend said to appear before tragic events. Similar descriptions were reported in Virginia before the Silver Bridge collapse on December 15, 1967, which resulted in 46 deaths and 9 injuries. While many believe these stories are folklore or coincidence, others find the similarities curious. Legends may haunt the skies, but mutations etch themselves into the very wings of the birds below. The Chernobyl disaster released a large amount of radioactive material into the environment, leading to notable changes in local plants and animals. Some birds developed physical anomalies, particularly in contaminated forests. Scientists observed extra or split toes in species like passerines and corvids. In some cases, this improved movement, while in others it caused difficulty. Radiation also appeared to affect behavior, such as migration and breeding patterns. Barn swallows have been a key focus of research. In the early 2000s, scientists reported traits such as partial albinism, beak changes, irregular feather growth, and altered brain size. Despite this, their population has grown, possibly due to reduced human presence. Certain species have shown resilience. Wolves, lynxes, and white cranes have increased in number. However, domestic animals were more affected. In 1990, approximately 400 livestock births showed physical abnormalities, with many animals not surviving. These cases were primarily observed in pigs, cows, and sheep, and are thought to be linked to radiation exposure during early development. Today, radiation still influences some species. A well-known example is the large European catfish found in the cooling pond near the plant. Introduced before the disaster, they have grown to over 3 meters long. Tourists are often surprised by their size, but scientists note this is within the natural range for their species in undisturbed environments. Interestingly, these catfish have shown no clear signs of harm from radiation. Even the smallest creatures are changing, but sometimes it's the color of survival that speaks loudest. The Chernobyl accident impacted both the environment and local wildlife. Some animals developed genetic changes, while others adapted to high radiation levels. Eastern tree frogs in the exclusion zone are one example of possible rapid evolution. Spanish biologists from the University of Adia recently found about 200 tree frogs near the plant. Unlike the typical bright green color, these frogs were almost black. The closer they lived to the accident site, the darker their skin appeared. Lab studies revealed that these frogs produced more melanin, a pigment responsible for color that may also help protect against radiation. Darker frogs appeared to survive better in these conditions, suggesting the species may be adapting over time. In a short time, dark-skinned frogs began passing high melanin levels to their offspring. This trait may help them cope with the radioactive environment. And among all the survivors, one species keeps howling at the edge of ruin, man's best friend reborn in fallout. After the evacuation of Pripyat and Chernobyl, many dogs were left behind. They formed packs and survived without human care. Today, around 800 dogs live in the exclusion zone. Scientists study them through the Chernobyl Canine Research Initiative, launched in 2017. The project offers food, veterinary support, and conducts genetic research. Dogs near the power plant are especially significant for research because their ancestors were likely exposed to the highest levels of radiation. This group descended from 2 German shepherds left during the evacuation. Scientists have observed mutations, though it is unclear whether they result from radiation, inbreeding, or long-term environmental exposure. It may take at least 10 years to determine if the changes are inherited. But not all who enter are lost. Some come searching, drawn by mystery and decay. After the Chernobyl disaster and the evacuation of Chernobyl and Pripyat, the exclusion zone began to attract unauthorized visitors interested in exploring abandoned places. Despite strict security and health risks, some individuals entered restricted areas. As radiation levels declined, short visits to certain sites became safer. In 2002, access to some parts of the zone was allowed with special permits. By 2010, regulated tourism expanded, drawing thousands of visitors eager to see a place seemingly frozen in time. In 2011, open access was limited again. Today, visits are only possible with official permission, through guided tours and designated safe zones. Even during multi-day trips, overnight stays are typically arranged outside the exclusion zone. And then, there's the photo, the one that shook the internet. What did it show? The main attractions of Chernobyl tours include the abandoned buildings of Pripyat and Chernobyl, the iconic Ferris wheel, and the protective dome over the nuclear plant. Over time, the area has become known not only for its history but also for mysterious legends. Some stories tell of ghostly sounds and strange sightings in the ruins. A few even speak of eerie, creature-like figures near the city, though these accounts are considered folklore. One explorer claimed to have found an old house with personal items left behind. On a dusty table, he discovered a box of photographs. He later posted one image online, suggesting it supported the ghost stories. While such tales spark curiosity, they remain unverified and are part of the region's growing mythos. Which of the 20 photos shook you the most? Was it the gas masks, the ghostly figure, or the black frogs? Drop the number in the comments. I read everyone. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. 10 years ago, China buried tons of straw in the desert, and the world scoffed. Critics called it a publicity stunt. Experts dismissed it as wishful thinking. Growing plants in sand? Laughable. But a decade later, something unexpected has taken root. Let's explore. Before China gained global recognition for planting forests and deserts, it faced a dire environmental crisis: desertification. This is when fertile land turns into an arid, lifeless desert. By the late 20th century, it had escalated into a national emergency, endangering food supplies and millions of lives across the country. The problem had deep roots. After the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, rapid population growth and industrial expansion led to overuse of land. Overgrazing, widespread deforestation, and unsustainable farming degraded the soil. Vegetation vanished, erosion intensified, and strong winds swept away vital topsoil. By the early 2000s, over 2.6 million square kilometers, more than a quarter of China's territory, were affected. Northern and northwestern regions like Inner Mongolia, Gansu, Ningxia, and Xinjiang saw once productive lands turn to sand. The Taklamakan Desert, dubbed the Sea of Death, was advancing, threatening towns, roads, and cities and stirring massive sandstorms. In 2006 alone, China endured 17 major sandstorms. Dust clouds reached South Korea, Japan, and even the United States. The impact on people was severe. Around 400 million lived in or near desertified zones. Crops failed, water sources dried up, and entire communities were displaced. In Inner Mongolia, villagers were forced to leave their homes, making China one of the few nations with state-recognized ecological migrants. This crisis wasn't just environmental, it was political. As China aimed to project global strength, unchecked desertification threatened its reputation. A temporary fix wasn't enough. The country needed a long-term, visionary solution. From this need arose the concept of the Green Great Wall, a vast human-planted forest designed to halt the spread of the desert and restore the land. As desertification worsened, China realized that small fixes would not stop the spread of its deserts. In 1978, the government launched a bold environmental project, the Three North Shelter Forest Program, also known as the Great Green Wall. It became the largest afforestation campaign in human history. The plan aimed to plant a massive band of trees across northern China, from northeast Dongbei, North Hubei, to northwest Gansu, hence the name Three North. This living barrier would hold back the advancing Gobi and Taklamakan deserts, which threatened farms and cities. The program was set to unfold over 73 years, from 1978 to 2050, in 8 phases. The goal was to restore over 35 million hectares of degraded land. The forest zone would stretch more than 4,500 kilometers long and up to 1,500 kilometers wide, forming a vast green arc across China's north. This was not just about planting trees. It was a full-scale national effort. Local governments were ordered to plant and protect forests. National policies offered incentives. In the 1980s, the Grain for Green program paid farmers to convert damaged farmland back into forests or grasslands. Citizens, including students, workers, and soldiers, were encouraged, and sometimes required, to take part in planting efforts. Cultural campaigns also played a role. In 1981, China launched National Tree Planting Day on March 12th. It became a patriotic call to action. As the project grew, China invested in research, monitoring tools, and satellites to track tree survival, forest health, and ecological outcomes. The scale was massive. Experts tested drought-resistant species, built irrigation systems, and used techniques like straw checkerboards and soil conditioners. The initiative extended beyond forests, incorporating agroforestry, grassland restoration, shrubs, and desert crops to improve resilience. A mix of ecosystems offered better long-term results than monocultures. By the early 2000s, satellite images revealed patches of green spreading over once barren land. Though failure rates remained high, and many doubted the project's success, progress was visible. Despite skepticism at home and abroad, China pressed forward, driven by urgency, science, and growing national pride. But even bold plans can be met with ridicule. What happens when the world doesn't believe in your vision? Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Deal? China's Great Green Wall drew global attention, but also ridicule and doubt. Planting trees in deserts, some of the harshest environments on Earth, was seen by many as unrealistic. Experts at home and abroad believed the project was doomed from the start. Early results seemed to prove them right. In the late 1980s and 1990s, satellite images showed that many new forests had died. Whole desert plantations turned into ghost groves, dry, bare, and lifeless. Tree mortality rates in some regions range from 50 to 85%. These failures reinforced the belief that China was losing its battle with nature. Environmental scientists raised serious concerns. Many trees were non-native species like poplar and pine. These lacked the resilience to survive in arid climates. Without enough water, nutrients, or biodiversity, the forests were weak against pests, diseases, and drought. Critics warned that planting the wrong species could worsen soil conditions and lead to long-term damage, replacing one disaster with another. The media were harsh. International outlets dismissed the project as green theater, more symbolic than effective. Headlines questioned the cost, sincerity, and scale. Some foreign experts criticized China's top-down approach and mass mobilization, calling it unsustainable without deeper reforms. Even inside China, some ecologists were skeptical. Local experts warned that the project focused too much on numbers, counting trees planted rather than those that survived. Others noted that in some areas, new forest reduced water supplies for farms and rivers. Many believed the desert could not be stopped. The phrase "burying money in the sand" became a common insult, mocking the effort as foolish and outdated. For a while, China's campaign was held up as a cautionary tale of overambitious environmental planning. But the country did not abandon its vision. Instead, it pushed forward, sending scientists and workers back into the desert. What followed would become one of the most unexpected environmental turnarounds in modern history. So how do you move forward when the world doubts you and nature keeps pushing back? China had an answer, surprisingly humble, yet powerful. While the world mocked China's dream of turning deserts into forests, thousands of workers, engineers, and volunteers quietly got to work. The early stages of the Great Green Wall were powered not by high-tech tools or massive funding, but by persistence, creativity, and basic methods adapted to harsh desert conditions. One of the most effective techniques was the straw checkerboard, developed in the 1970s. Researchers laid bundles of straw in 1-meter square grids across dunes. These grids slowed wind at the surface, stabilized shifting sands, held moisture, and helped desert plants take root. Over time, they created a foundation for life. The straw came from an unexpected source, China's rice industry. Every year, over 200 million tons of leftover rice straw, usually burned or discarded, become a key resource. Truckloads were hauled into deserts like the Taklamakan, where drifting sand threatened villages, railways, and roads. Workers manually spread the straw to protect vital infrastructure. Meanwhile, National Tree Planting Day became a key symbol of China's environmental mobilization. Beginning in 1982, it evolved into a national tradition. Between 1982 and 2021, an estimated 78 billion trees were planted by volunteers across the country. Schools, military units, government offices, and citizens took part, reinforcing the campaign's visibility and national pride. The planting work was grueling. Workers dug into dry, compacted soil under extreme temperatures. In many places, irrigation was improvised with tanker trucks or hand-dug trenches. To improve water retention, materials like compost, clay, and loam were added to sandy soil. These efforts laid the groundwork, literally, for future gains. Not all trees survived, yet the straw checkerboards began to hold dunes in place. In some test areas, sand movement dropped by as much as 99%, allowing new vegetation to grow. Progress was slow and labor-intensive, but real. Still, the desert remained a powerful opponent. Survival rates were low, and challenges persisted. The hardest days were yet to come. But no great story is without its setbacks. What happened when ambition clashed with harsh reality? China's Great Green Wall started with energy and hope, but the desert soon proved tougher than expected. The regions targeted, like the Taklamakan and Gobi, were not just dry, they were extreme, shaped by centuries of wind and drought. Some areas received as little as 10 millimeters of rain a year, with temperatures swinging from 45 degrees Celsius in summer to -20 in winter. These conditions made it nearly impossible for trees to survive. In early planting zones, many saplings died within a year. The soil was sandy, dry, and poor in nutrients. Water, even when delivered by irrigation, often evaporates or drains too quickly. Tree mortality rates reached as high as 85%, especially for monocultures of poplar and pine species poorly suited to desert life. Beyond ecology, logistics were overwhelming. Moving water, straw, and seedlings to remote deserts took huge effort and money. Seasonal sandstorms could wipe out months of work in hours, burying trenches, uprooting trees, and undoing checkerboard grids. Forest farms faced constant setbacks. Some local officials, pressured to meet quotas, prioritized planting numbers over quality, leading to rushed and poorly planned efforts. Criticism mounted. Chinese media began questioning the program. International outlets remained skeptical. Environmental groups warned that monoculture planting could degrade soil, reduce biodiversity, and even worsen water scarcity. Studies cautioned that excessive irrigation might drain groundwater, harming nearby farms and communities. Even within China, doubts grew. Government scientists and academics raised concerns about sustainability and long-term success. A key report in 2011 by the Chinese Academy of Sciences urged a shift from mass planting to natural ecosystem restoration. Yet China did not abandon its goal. Instead, it evolved. Policymakers and scientists began rethinking their approach. They acknowledged early mistakes and committed to deeper research, more local experimentation, and adaptive methods tailored to each region's needs. Faced with failure, most would retreat. But China chose a different path, one that redefined its entire approach to greening the desert. The Great Green Wall entered a new phase, one shaped by smarter, more efficient, and ecologically sound methods. After years of failure, China learned that planting trees alone would not tame the desert. The strategy shifted from brute force to a balance of engineering, science, and nature. One breakthrough was the mechanization of straw grids. These checkerboards, once laid by hand to stabilize sand and hold moisture, were effective but slow. Engineers developed machines that could dig trenches and lay straw grids 4 to 6 times faster than manual labor. This allowed much larger areas to be stabilized in less time. The ecological strategy also improved. China moved away from fragile, fast-growing trees like poplar and eucalyptus. Instead, they introduced native, drought-resistant species such as saxaul, tamarisk, wolfberry, goji, sea buckthorn, and hardy grasses. These plants could survive extreme conditions and help build stronger, self-sustaining ecosystems. To improve desert soil, researchers tested biochar, microbial inoculants, and organic compost blends. These help the soil hold water and nutrients. In some areas, drip irrigation was installed for water efficiency. In others, mycorrhizal fungi were used to boost root growth and survival rates. Infrastructure projects applied the same innovations. The BTU Lanzhou Railway, through the Tengger Desert, used straw grids, windbreak forests, and gravel belts to prevent sand from burying the tracks. Similar designs were used to build a high-speed highway through the Taklamakan, once thought impossible due to shifting dunes. China also created vegetation corridors between dunes to trap dust, block wind, and stop soil erosion. Satellite monitoring and drone surveys tracked plant health and guided adjustments in real time. These tools helped shift the focus from tree counts to lasting, balanced ecosystems. This new phase of the Great Green Wall was a transformation. It was shaped by trial, guided by science, and adapted to the desert's reality. Instead of forcing change, China began designing deserts to support life. So did this new approach work? What did the desert look like a decade later? The world that once mocked China's desert efforts began to witness a remarkable transformation. Within 10 years, the desert started to bloom, and skeptics were forced to rethink their doubts. What many had dismissed as an ecological fantasy began showing real results, life returning to once barren wastelands. By 2024, China marked a major milestone, the completion of a 3,000-kilometer green belt around the Taklamakan Desert, one of the harshest in the world. This alone silenced many critics. Areas once overwhelmed by shifting dunes were now anchored by straw grids, native plants, and self-sustaining ecosystems. Between 2016 and 2020, China converted over 21 million acres of desert into green land. By 2024, more than 30 million hectares had been reforested since the project began. Forest coverage in China grew from just 10% in 1949 to more than 25%. Regions like Inner Mongolia, Ningxia, and parts of Xinjiang, once plagued by dust storms, saw dramatic improvements. Sandstorm frequency and intensity dropped. Urban areas that once endured springtime haze now enjoy clearer skies and cleaner air. The change was visible from space. Satellite images that once showed gray, lifeless stretches now revealed green corridors winding through the desert. These belts protected roads, railways, farmland, and towns. Checkerboards of straw and vegetation stretch for hundreds of kilometers, offering stability where once there was only shifting sand. The BTU Lanzhou Railway, once predicted to be buried by sand within 30 years, remained operational, shielded by the very methods once ridiculed. The high-speed highway through the Taklamakan also stood firm, supported by gravel walls and vegetation barriers. What seemed impossible in the early 2000s has become reality, a testament to design, patience, and ecological resilience. China's once laughed-at vision had turned into a global case study in desert reclamation. If this transformation inspired you, hit that like button. It helps share stories the world once ignored. But the transformation didn't stop at China's borders. Could this once ridiculed idea change the world? Beyond restoring nature, China's Great Green Wall brought real economic gains. Former deserts opened to ecotourism, drawing travelers eager to see the new forest corridors. Locals began farming goji berries, grapes, and desert herbs, turning abandoned land into productive farms. Government support for sustainable agriculture created jobs, reduced poverty, and strengthened rural communities. Globally, the effort gained attention. China transformed from a target of ridicule into a model of innovation, planning, and ecological success. What started as a domestic experiment became a worldwide inspiration. It reshaped how nations think about reclaiming harsh landscapes and proved that deserts could be revived. From 2000 to 2017, NASA data showed global green cover increasing, and China alone accounted for more than 1/4 of that growth. This was largely due to the Great Green Wall and other afforestation programs. These efforts reversed China's environmental image, turning stories of decline into ones of renewal and leadership. The ecological impact was measurable. Reforested zones helped store carbon, aiding climate goals. Wind erosion and dust storms dropped. Crops grew better. Fewer sandstorms meant fewer respiratory illnesses. Wildlife returned. Birds, insects, and small mammals began to repopulate restored areas. Biodiversity was slowly coming back. Other nations took notice. Countries in the Sahel, Central Asia, and the Middle East began studying China's model. Its low-cost methods, like straw grids, community tree planting, and machine-assisted reforestation, were adaptable. Chinese experts partnered with the African Union's Great Green Wall Initiative, which aims to green the land from Senegal to Djibouti. At home, national pride surged. Chinese media shared before and after images. Citizens celebrated their country's transformation. A viral post captured the sentiment. They said it couldn't be done. But look at this. Today, restored regions attract ecotourists to Inner Mongolia and Gansu. Formerly barren land now yields crops for local and export markets. China's blend of science, tradition, and policy has become a model for the world, proof that even deserts can bloom with vision, patience, and determination. Do you think other countries could copy China's Green Wall strategy? Drop a comment below. What nation do you think should be next? If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time. Hello, what's the secret for today? In today's video, we will explore 30 of Dubai's most mind-bending experiences and discover what makes this city truly unforgettable. Let's start. Dubai set a world record with an innovative show during its city festival, now listed in the Guinness World Records as the largest multimedia attraction. The water-based performance featured lights, music, fireworks, and colored fog. Key effects were projected onto water screens created by fountains. The setup included 20 rotating fountains, 2 parabolic ones, 5